BTS, Yet To Come in cinemas steps back from Vietnamese films. Last week, Avatar 2 was dethroned at the box office by Knock at the Cabin. This blockbuster is also preparing to face a re-release of Titanic on the upcoming Valentine's Day. The world box office situation in recent days is constantly changing. The old blockbuster gradually lost its place, giving way to the appearance of a series of new names. Not only that, the competition at the box office chart is also very expected. The movie geeks are debating whether the Avatar sequel can rise to the top 3. Flow of Water is no longer as strong as before. After 7 consecutive weeks of dominating the box office, Avatar, The Way of Water, Vietnamese title, The Flow of Water, has officially been dethroned. Last week, the horror film Knock at the Cabin, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, rose to the top of the list. According to Box Office Mojo statistics, The Knock at the Wooden House, launched on February 3, recorded a revenue of $14.1 million. Second place in the box office chart last week belonged to 80 for Brady, $12.7 million. The remaining names are Avatar, The Way of Water, $11.3 million, BTS, Yet to Come in cinemas, $8 million, and Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, $7.9 million. Thus, Avatar 2 was defeated by 2 new opponents. In particular, the box office success of Knock at the Wooden House was beyond expectations. Celebrating this victory, director Shyamalan happily announced on his personal Twitter page, "Thank you to everyone who helped make Knock at the Cabin the top of the box office this week. This is the 7th time this has happened to me, and also the 4th time when working with Universal Pictures. I have a lot of love for James Cameron, he is truly a hero. Nice to compete at the theater with you," Shyamalan wrote. The reason, Shyamalan shared that because Knock at the Cabin is his 7th film to open at the top of the list. Before that, the Indian-born director had many other successful commercial projects, such as The Sixth Sense, Signs, The Village, Split. However, Knock at the Cabin's victory over Avatar 2 made it amazed audience. Because the content of the film is less attractive, the entertainment factor is not very impressive. Obviously, Knock at the Cabin has no door in terms of scale and quality when standing in front of Avatar 2. Explaining this, the audience thinks that Cameron's film has lost its appeal after many weeks of release. Since its premiere on December 15, 2022, The Flow of Water has cleaned up the global box office. The film continuously broke many records, making James Cameron the first director in history to own a trilogy of billion-dollar films. However, even though it is a super blockbuster, this work still has to fall into a hot ending. At one point, Avatar 2 earned nearly $200 million in a week. But recently, this number has dropped to more than $20 million, about 10 times lower than when it was launched. In addition, Knock at the Cabin's victory happened because of the good timing. The film was released after a while Avatar 2 caused a storm and revived the public's habit of going to theaters. Previously, the COVID-19 epidemic brought the world's film industry to a standstill. Instead of going to the movies in theaters, audiences gradually get used to streaming channels. It took a long time until Avatar 2 was released. The public's love for cinema appeared strongly again. Knock at the Cabin benefits greatly from this. However, Shyamalan was very clever in not confronting Cameron directly. He chose the time when Avatar 2 had cooled down. That makes Knock at the Cabin not have to compete for screenings and audiences with heavyweights. According to Bloomberg, at this time, the horror film genre is the most popular with the audience. In the midst of the Avatar sequel losing its charm and about to have another blockbuster release, Quantumania, Knock at the Cabin doesn't have too many competitors, so the revenue victory is obvious. Will miracles happen with Avatar 2? Despite the defeat to Knock at the Cabin, Avatar 2 is still in a much bigger competition. that is beating Titanic on the historical box office chart. As of the morning of February 7, Vietnam time, Avatar 2 recorded a total revenue of more than $2.176 billion globally, of which $637 million came from the domestic market and $1.54 billion from the international box office. With this achievement, Avatar 2 is currently ranked fourth on the list of the most popular movies in history, just behind Avatar, Endgame, and Titanic. Mark Hughes of Forbes rated Avatar 2 no door to compete for the top spot with Avatar, $2.923 billion, and Endgame, $2.799 billion. So, the only possible milestone that this blockbuster can achieve is surpassing Titanic, $2,194 billion. This romantic movie is also directed by Cameron himself. Hein Thai, Doan Thursday Avatar 2 con kem 18 tri USD so voi dan on, mot con so ka itoi va da dang voot qua. Thai and Hien, Avatar 2 se li mot lan nua roi veo the ko. Boi saptoi, Titanic se ko mot dot Thai fat han veo nai 10 halves. Dac byet, de con la dipchung voi valentine, le tin nan 14 halves. De chik Hong Kong phi mot nyok de ting ko qua deo dien Cameron. Nai valentine ko wangi rat lon doi voitoi. Tuk ra, Titanic ra mat veo truok le jong sin. En hung le tin nan moi la dip mang li doan Thursday caonhat cho phim. 6 ve, quiet din tai chiu veo dip le ne ko the koi nu tun vin ton kong qua phim. Dong toi, du kong la de ke yem nai valentine, ong tra loi fong van to Sirius XM. 25 nam k tu lan daura mat, Titanic tai suat man on rong rat ko the se li gabao, dac byet la veo dip le tin nan. Truok du, bom tan natum ko hai lan tai fat han, tong kong Thursday ve han 344 tri USD. Fan lon trong so du thuok ve lan tai fat han 3d veo nam 2012. Nu tai chiu Titanic na Thursday ve koan 180 to 200 tri USD nu ky vong, Avatar 2 gan nu se by bit qua. 6 voi toc du tang truong doan Thursday nu hein tai, Avatar 2 duok du don dung chan truok kot mok 2,4 tai USD. Trong kai du, sao da tai fat han, doan Thursday Titanic en hio kanang se voot qua 2,4 tai USD. Tu jo toi kai Titanic tai suat man on rong, Avatar 2 ko the tam toi voot mat vagio 6 tri top 3 doan Thursday moi toi. Tai en hien, the ko se deo li sao nai 10 halves. Rat ko da hao tri yen Avatar tim ra duo catch voot mat Titanic. Tai en hien, ky tik van ko the suat hein nu Avatar 2 kio di toi jian true rap.